Stuck in a rut or feeling like your author life could use a little bit more structure to help keep you sane? Well, then you are in the right place, Scribe, because today I'm going to share my very best tips for creating a little bit more structure in your author life. Hi, I'm BRIT from Thriving Scribes, and I help indie authors combine the right mindset and strategy in order to build a thriving author career. Now, I don't know about you, but in order to let my creativity thrive, I need a little bit of structure in place. Now, I know, many of you probably shy away from the term structure, shy away from any kind of boxing in or creating rules for yourself. I totally get it. But this is not about smothering your creativity. This is about putting these things in place so that you have more freedom for your creativity. My number one tip here is to drill down on your specific book production process. The more that you know what you're able to do, how long it takes you to do that, and the ways in which you're doing it, the more time you can save by systemizing it, by creating workflows, and by creating a really strong schedule that supports you being able to do those things. When you're really aligned with your book production process, you can really put in place a strategic timeline so that you can follow that without having to wonder or guess if you're doing the right thing and when. And there's not going to be any of that trying to find your way around in the dark like so many authors try to function out of, which, as you can imagine, isn't the strongest strategy to go with. So once you have your book production process down, then you know what you're going to do and when, and by what time you need to do that. It's going to open up a lot of time to be able to explore your creative side even more. My second tip here in order to create more structure in your author life is to batch out your tasks. It's safe to say that there is so much more to authorship than simply writing and publishing books. And while that may be your favorite part, there's other things that need to be done. Batching is the process of grouping like tasks, setting aside a dedicated time, and then sitting down and cranking out those tasks in a streamlined way. That way it's one and done, and you're opening up your schedule for later. An example of this would be to set aside one day a month to do all of your admin tasks, or setting aside every single Monday to be your content batching day where you do social media posts, blog posts, and newsletters, so that for the rest of the week you don't even have to worry about coming back and doing any of those tasks. My third tip here would be to set goals and then check in with yourself often. I cannot stress how important having a goal setting system is for you, not only just setting those goals, but then implementing the action steps and checking in with yourself frequently. So for me, this looks like quarterly strategy sessions, monthly check-ins, and then weekly reviews so that I always know whether or not I'm on track towards my goals and if anything needs shifted or changed so that I can make more space to work towards my goals. My fourth tip here would be to notice what times of days you are most energized and most creative, and then to cash out on that time. So what I mean by that is, if you are a night owl and you feel the most creative and energized at night, schedule yourself a writing session at night. Who says you have to write in the morning? But then the opposite of that is true as well. If you are a morning person and you like to rise and shine and get your work done for the day, make sure you're fitting in a writing time in the morning. Make sure you are setting aside the time to do business admin tasks in the morning if that's when you are feeling most energized. Now, of course, this may not always work depending on your schedule and what else you have going on in your days, but if at all possible, definitely try to pen in a little writing session in the night or in the morning or in the middle of the day whenever you are feeling the most creative. That way you can be sure that you are really utilizing that spike of energy and that inspiration at the right time. Because if you're anything like me, if I don't put it in my project management system, it's not going to happen. So if you schedule it in, it's going to be more likely that you find the time to actually do that, and you're reminded to actually sit down and do the work or do the writing sprint. Tip number 5 is to create an intentional morning routine. So my morning routine helps keep me sane. Even if I am completely overwhelmed, even if the rest of the day totally sucks, I can be happy knowing that I took aside that intentional time in the morning to take care of myself and to do the things that help fill my cup. I've done an entire video on how to create a morning routine that supports you the most, and so definitely go check that out if you have the time. And the sixth tip here is to prioritize self-care. When you're running yourself ragged and you're not taking care of yourself, everything else that I've just mentioned in this video is going to eventually fall through. So no matter how many goals you set, no matter how much structure you try to implement in your routine, if you are not taking care of yourself and doing the things that are going to make you feel creative, inspired, and happy, then something is always going to happen eventually down the road that's going to make you stop. You're going to get too super overwhelmed. You're going to start feeling extremely burned out. You're going to want to give up. And any of those options that I just listed are not the ways to thrive in authorship, I promise. So when you are incorporating these 6 things all at once, it really helps create the right kind of environment for thriving. It's just enough structure to give you that space for creativity and for freedom without feeling like you are confined, right? So those 6 things that you can do to help create more structure in your author life, just to recap, is to drill down on your book production process, to batch it out, to set goals and check in often. That second part is really, really important. To intentionally set writing sessions when you are feeling the most creative and energized, to commit to a morning routine that helps prepare you for the day ahead, and to prioritize self-care whenever you can. If you want to dig into some more really great tips, definitely go join the Thriving Scribes resource library. It's got lots of free goodies to help you thrive in authorship, including a productivity reboot and the time blocking author guide. So as you can see, it's not about creating more rules and cages. Instead, it's all about strategically using this structure to free up more time and energy to be productive and happy while you're doing it. And if you're wondering if self-care really does improve productivity, then hop on over to the video that you see in the corner because I'm going to tell you all about why it does. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If so, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. I'm always rooting for you. Bye!